doing some gas dock jockeying here because of course we've got two boats on the wall there at the fuel dock where I want to go, and Buddy's out front just tooling around and not listening to his freaking radio. So I'm going in ahead of him. So this is the source of confusion. 4 boats, all of them only have fenders on one side. So that means they can only approach the dock one way. Have fenders and lines on both sides of your boats all the time, people, all the time. Gateway to the Trent-Severn waterway. We are back. We are now officially at mile 0 of the Trent-Severn waterway and heading upbound all the way to Kirkfield. So ends our 4th visit, 4th boogaboo at here at Trenton. Okay, just did a full fill up with fuel. It took in around what I expected insofar as our fuel burn to get from where we Collins Bay when we last topped up to the Rideau, as far as we got back down and all the way across the lake 2 days ago. On plane, 75 miles. That was a hoo-ha trip. So we are fully fueled up, and again, as I mentioned in an earlier video, I will let you know at the end of this trip what our total fuel consumption and cost and everything else was, and the mileage, engine hours, and so on and so forth. So look for that at the end of this series. Now, if you saw my video, and everybody always tells me I watched all your videos, so you should have seen it. I'll show you pictures from the last time we were through here.
Boy, the water is way up over that.
Yeah, comparing the heights, like Anchor said, the water's right to the top of that little diversion concrete wall there. That was back in 2019, only 3 seasons ago. Versus this is probably as low as the water was the prior time, which was 2014. I'll show you some pictures, just give you a quick comparison of what it looked like each time, and including now in 2022. Boats coming. Ooh, maybe the lock gate's open. I should call them. So I just called the lock at Lock 1, Jim, Lockmaster, telephone answerer this morning, and he said that he just has 2 boats coming in at the top. He's going to drop them down and then pick us up. He said probably about 20 minutes. So we're just going to head over to the blue line, watch the trains go by. Hey, that's the same trains that we saw going by at the Rideau. Huh, Kingston Mills Lock, same track, same main CN line. So we're just going to type at the blue line for a little bit and then wait for him to call us in, and then it will be our turn. So as we sit here and wait at the bottom of Lock 1, just going to let you know what our plans for today is, and that is really simple. We're heading north. We're heading back towards our home waters. I guess after visiting here so many times, we can almost consider this home waters. But so today's plan is to go hopefully to Lock 6, which is Frankfurt, because they have shore power, and you know what that means. So if we can get in there for tonight, we'll probably spend tonight, tomorrow night, and just have a relaxed day tomorrow. We don't have to do food shopping or laundry or anything, so it's going to be just a nice, quiet day on the boat with a lot of nothing to happen, which I'm sure Anchor Girl is fine with that. Yes, I'm getting that. And of course, little tiny whiny as I said before, he tolerates when we are cruising on the boat. Actually, he's been so good. Hey, honey?
Oh, he's been excellent.
He's been above and beyond because I've shown it to you enough times. He just jumps into the companion seat there. We have his little tent made up for him, and he just hops up there and he curls up. And even at a plane for a long time, like the other day when we were coming back from Kingston, from Kingston Mills Lock and out to Kingston. Once we hit Kingston, I put this thing up on plane. So we were cruising along pretty much the whole way, about 75 miles on plane, and he falls right asleep, and which is really good to see, and happy about that. Blowers can go off. And yeah, so he's happy. He falls asleep. The only thing when we were doing that, when I was coming off of plane, of course then the boat, you know, sits a little bit more flat in the water, more straight in the water, and then get this thing up on plane, because there was one particular incident when I had to go buy some Tilly boats in a big hurry, because again, they can't make up their friggin' minds where they're going. They don't listen to the VHF radio. So it was just throttles down. I gotta go like this, get past you guys before we're in a collision situation potential, because they just dart all over the place. And so with little Tiny lying there, of course now the boat starts going on plane like quickly. It does rise up on the bow, of course. He was lying there with his feet up against the back of the seat, just so he didn't slide right back and get all squished. But then we're up on plane, he's fine, and he falls asleep, which is really cool, really nice to see. And like I said before, as soon as we get somewhere, he knows when we're stopping, and he gets so happy. So anyways, just waiting for the lock, and we'll show you that boring trip as much as I can from here up to Lock 6. Well, as you can see, we have decided to pull in and spend tonight at Lock 3, Glenn Miller Lock. No, not Glenn Miller, the big band leader from the 1930s and 40s, but Glenn Miller, another guy that was named after somebody else, and I can't remember. He was either an old lock master here or something that I read. I tried to Google it, can't find it. But yeah, we decided that it was a little too windy to be comfortable for everybody, and we're in no hurry, and rather than go the next 3 locks, we can do that tomorrow. So this is where we're staying for tonight. We're happy about it. I'm just watching 2 big ass sea rays coming through, one after the other. So I'll get a shot of that for you. They look like sea rays, big friggin' boats. Anyways, and they look like twins. So get a shot of that, and I'll show you around here a little bit. Okay, Trent-Severn Waterway, Trenton. We started this morning here. We are approximately 1, 2, 3 right there. Frankfurt is where we were gonna go. May still do that tomorrow. Like to hit Campbellford for the night. And then beyond that, we'll probably stay at Hastings because there's a marina there. We can get shore power, blah, blah, blah. Rice Lake, Peterborough, Ashburnham. So probably stay there, maybe-ish. We'll see. Lakefield, would love to stay there. And then carry on. And then boom, 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 Buckhorn. Where are we? Okay. This will be Pigeon Lake. Bob Cajon. Finland Falls, Sturgeon Lake. And then the Kirkfield Lift Lock. Yeah. So Balsam Lake, Kirkfield Lift Lock, down to Lake Simcoe, and then we're heading downstream again. And there's Lake Simcoe, Goochaching, Severn River, Big Chute, blah, 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 Port Severn, out to Georgian Bay. Gorgeous Bay. Oops. Gorgeous Bay. It's so gorgeous. Why aren't you there, Paul? Because we're here. So my friends, as the day winds down, the wind is finally starting to die down. It was a good decision for us to pull over and stop here for the day, as the winds have been very gusty all day long. And even though that this boat is a lot easier to handle in the wind, it's still not the most pleasant to take it through a lock. And the problem here with these big locks is coming in the bottom side. The wind just howls around there. No problems, no issues. It's just not, like I said, it's just not super pleasant to take the boat through the locks in these conditions. So it was a good choice to be here. Yeah, we're still 2 weeks of holiday time. Today starts week 4 of our big adventure for 2022. Anchor Girl and I were starting to do the math this afternoon, just like, what day is it? Where are we now? But you know the story. It's the same old, same old. So we still have 2 weeks ahead of us at minimum. So tomorrow what we're going to do is, like I said, our initial plan was to go to Lock 6 today. We are at the top side of Lock 3, which is fine. And tomorrow we're going to try to make it to the top side of Lock 8, which is Percy Reach. We stayed at the bottom. I took you there on the way down on this trip. Took you there back in 2019 on our Epic Boat Cruise 2019. And so we've never stayed at the top side. So we're going to try and make that run tomorrow. And it should be about 4 hours if everything cooperates as far as the locks being ready and stuff like that. Traffic continues to be super light. We saw what did we see? We saw those two big monstrous Sea Ray Sundancers going down, and two up. So that was it. So 4 boats for the whole day, the entire day, and that was entire of us leaving at 9 o'clock this morning until right now, and it's after 6 o'clock. The locks have closed for the day, so no more traffic is going to happen anyways. Again, that is to our benefit because we can find spots like this here on the wall just on a whim. So the working plan is tomorrow, top side of Lock 8. Again, like I say, should be about 4 hours. Let's say 5 hours on the outside. And then from there, would love to go to Campbellford. I mentioned this Anchor Girl back in the winter. I don't know why. I just got a hankering to get back to Campbellford. We've only ever been there twice. First time is 2006, both on the way down and up when we went to Trenton the first time with the 300 Sundancer, and then the last time was in 2014. If you remember, again, 2019, we tried to get in there, but there was no room. There's absolutely no room on the tap wall, and that was the very first time that they had ever experienced that. So it would be nice. Anchor Girl tells me that we can make a reservation, so I might just try that, because by then, that'll be 2 days from now. It would be nice to top up with water. As one note I wanted to make with you, the one project that I did not have time before we left to do was put in my water filtration system, which I put in the last boat and the prior boat as well in the 400. And it's not that we've been desperate for fresh water in the boat. It would just be nice to have, because if we had that, like I topped up this morning in Trent before we left, so we easily have 2 days. But it's also nice, it would be nice to have that ability to produce fresh water on the go like we had on the last boat. That way we just know, because when we were coming back down through the Rideau, we were probably 4 days. So by the last couple days, the gauge shows 3/4 full, but yeah, it would be nice to be able to say, yeah, we can have a full shower without worrying about running out of fresh water. So here we are. Good day. Happy. Generators running in the background, no doubt you can hear that. And looking forward to tomorrow and the coming days of our adventures, because yeah, if everything works out, we're going to go to a couple of new places over the next couple of days. So that's that. Okay, so hoo-ha. I will see you on the next one. Beautiful day. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, I don't even have a Corona light. Okay, see you on the next one. Cheers.